Hey, what's going on? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to 3 Minutes or Less. 3 Minutes or Less is where I give you the Dr. Boyce breakdown on an important topic in 3 minutes or less so you can get back to your busy day. Now, if you are a stock market investor, which everybody should be, every person that I'm talking to should invest in stocks. You can get started in 5 minutes with $5. It's important for the future of your kids. Every investor, though, has seen that this week has been really interesting. The market continues to be in turmoil. There's a lot of volatility. Prices are dropping today. As of today, which is Thursday, prices dropped even further today. So the market's been hit pretty hard, and it all started with a tweet. Trump tweeted that he basically communicated that he wasn't happy with China, that he was going to increase tariffs on Chinese goods at the end of the week because he felt that the Chinese were not following their agreement. Well, the interesting thing is that when Trump made the tweet, the market plummeted instantly. And then today, each day I've sort of been watching to see what happens each day. And the last 2 or 3 days have been pretty bad. Today is, there's an even further dip. Now, one of the things that's interesting is that, Trump isn't a guy that is going to back down. He's a really pretty hardcore negotiator, which can have benefits or consequences depending on the situation. And there are a lot of people who've always felt that the trade deficit that the U.S. has with China has to be addressed, that China is a currency manipulator, that China has, violated intellectual property rights. They're tough negotiators in their own way. And so some would say that the Trump's position with China is actually called for to a point, but there is that short-term cost that the markets are going to get hit. The market's going to be more volatile. Now, here's the thing, though. Trump is also a talker, right? Sometimes he's a doer, but sometimes he's a bully. He's a yapper. He gets on Twitter and just says whatever's on his mind. And one thing that's interesting is that a bigger sign that conditions have gotten worse would have been if the Chinese had said, well, fine, we're not sending a delegation to the U.S. to negotiate with you at the end of the week. Well, guess what? The delegation is still coming. They're still sending important people. They're still lining up to have talks. So it's almost one of these things where the language is sort of like, yeah, well, if they don't do this, then I'm going to do that, right? And the Chinese have said, yeah, well, we're considering retaliating if you do that to us, right? And that's where the trade war escalates. Trump puts the tariffs on, the Chinese retaliate, and then he retaliates. But the thing is that both sides have a lot to lose. The Chinese, I think the Chinese have more to lose than Trump does, because right now Trump has a lot of good political capital because he has the lowest unemployment rate in 49 years. Also, the market has been, taken off. Lots of jobs are being created in the economy. Like them or not, these are just facts. And I think the Chinese are a little more fragile. I think their political system is a little more threatened by slowed economic growth. And I think that they're gonna want to sit down and say, okay, let's not get too crazy here. Let's make a deal. And so my belief, honestly, is that once a deal is announced, once any sense of hope or progress is announced to the public, you're going to see the market have a huge rally. And, one day, now will it recover what it's lost? I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of seeing myself, honestly. So anyway, that's it. I know I talked a little bit more than 3 minutes, but when I say 3 minutes or less, it's kind of like, well, about 3 minutes. So anyway, make sure that you get a free e-copy of my book. It's called It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar. You can get that at drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. I also have books on Amazon, how to invest in the stock market with how to build wealth with a $5 a day investing plan, things like that. And also, last but not least, I do have my stock market investing class. So if you want to check that out, feel free to go to theblackstockmarketprogram.com, THE. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.